Hey everybody, Chef Ethan Stowell here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Really appreciate your continued support. Stewardship partners, and obviously this is a different year for Feast of the Farm. But you know, we're gonna make the best of what we can, and you know, we obviously want to be involved. We love the work they do in our community. We love all the sustainable farm work they work on, just the general stewardship of the land, and obviously supporting the local food economy. So I just want to give you guys a quick demo on the Haumea Farms or Haumea Fish Company king salmon dish I did. It is a little bit of king salmon. We've got some chanterelles, roasted leeks and sunchokes, a little bit of farro, and we're gonna do with all that saute it with a little parsley and lemon vinaigrette. So I'm gonna teach you how to start off cooking salmon like I do at home. Obviously, you know, I like to keep it pretty simple. I like to have a nice sear in it, but there are a few tricks to making sure you have your fish cooked properly at home, and so you can have that nice crispy crust like you have at the restaurants. So the main thing is when you're doing salmon, you want to make sure you're doing a nice job of buying a nice center cut piece of salmon. You want to make sure it's nice and thick, even throughout, so it can cook evenly. The second thing, when you're doing any kind of protein at all, whether it's salmon, chicken, halibut, steak, or whatever, you want to make sure you get your product super dry. You know, I always pat my seafood or any protein dry with a little paper towel. It obviously makes it a little less sticky when it goes in the pan. Obviously, when you're cooking or when you're cooking proteins in a pan, moisture is your enemy, because if there's a lot of moisture on the product, the pan will cool down, create a lot of steam, and oftentimes your protein will stick. In this case, the salmon, which we don't want that. We want to make it a nice searing. So the next thing you do, get your pan a little hot. In this situation, I'm using a scan pan. This is a non-stick pan. It does a great job. You can put the whole pan in the oven, which I'll show you in a second. I'm using a nice generous amount of sea salt, freshly cracked pepper. My pan is nice and hot already. Putting it in, and I'm giving it a little bit of a shake, because I want to make sure that the fish is cooking on the oil, not on the metal. I want to make sure there's a nice little sheen of oil underneath the salmon. So I'm going to saute that until it gets a little bit brown. In the meantime, I'm going to start making my chanterelle, sunchoke, and leek salad. We serve it a little bit warm. I started off sauteing a little bit of chanterelles here already. Obviously, one of my favorite mushrooms out here in the Northwest. You know, super earthy, super meaty, great texture. As you can see, these ones have a nice body to them, the ones I use. I think right now is actually the perfect time to use chanterelles. So, heat that up a little bit. I did roast off the sunchokes and leeks a little bit in olive oil beforehand, because that takes about 20 minutes. You just toss it, cut everything up, toss a little bit of olive oil, roast it in about a 400-degree oven for about 20 minutes. And I'll get a nice color to it. Season with a little salt and pepper. Add some of those in there. So all I'm looking for this for a warm salad, I'm just looking to heat it up a little bit. Add a little of my farro, give it a nice earthiness. I love grains, and I love warm salads. They're so fantastic, particularly around this time of year. It's that kind of transition year where things are starting to be super great, and mushroom season's right around the corner. Okay, so a little bit more. I want to make sure I'm not burning my oil, but I want to keep this pan nice and hot, because I want it to get that salmon nice and crispy. Toss this around. I'm not looking to have this get seared anymore. All the ingredients were cooked ahead of time, and all I'm doing is looking to reheat them slightly so that they're part of a warm mushroom and leek and sunchoke salad. Okay, I think our salmon looks pretty good. Got a nice crust on it. Nice and crispy, nice good color to it. Now what I'm gonna do, because I want my salmon to be about medium, I'm gonna take this whole pan, I want it to bake in the oven a little bit on this nice hot pan. It'll get crispy on that side, and also use the oven to kind of slowly bake it in the middle to about a medium temperature. So I'm gonna take the whole pan, put it right in the oven. And then I'll go in there for about 3-4 minutes. Okay, so I'm gonna get the salmon out of the oven. Like I said, it's been there about 4 minutes. And it's got a nice crispiness to it. It looks nice and medium rare. Looks really good to me. And then so I've got my warm salad. Let me heat it up. I'm just gonna plate that up on the dish. gonna spread this all around. Put my salmon right in the middle. Right around here in the Northwest, there's this awesome arugula that I found. So I'm gonna put a few of those leaves on it. And then I'm gonna make a little parsley, which I've got my fresh Italian parsley here. A little bit extra virgin olive oil. I like to keep food super simple. I don't like to overcomplicate things. I like to make sure all the flavors come through and are nice and fresh. And we're using really good olive oil. We're using really fresh lemon juice. All the things you want, just keep things super simple, but have all the flavors be fantastic and clean and not complicated at all. Okay, everybody, thank you so much for coming out and supporting. That is our Halmia Fish Company king salmon with a warm central mushroom, sunchoke, and leek and farro salad. Really appreciate you guys coming out and supporting Feast on the Farm and Stewardship Partners. You know, we're kind of all in this right now together, so everybody take care of yourselves, be well, and thanks so much for the support.